KCQ, hello.
Hello, my darling. It's Leanne.
Oh, Leanne, I am so excited to talk to you.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. I didn't know it was going to be you. I kind of figured it was somebody going to be saying, all right, hold on for Leanne. I'm sorry. I was a little...
Oh, you don't? No, it's me, honey, and I'm sitting in a big house coat and a gown, drinking coffee.
I love it. Leanne, can I give you your intro? I practiced.
Yes, my darling.
All right, here we go. Comedian Leanne Morgan is blowing up right now, but that is because she busted her butt the last 20 years as a touring comedian. Her first Netflix special just dropped, and it debuted in the top 10. She is a Southern belle. She is so yummy, and we are so excited to have Leanne Morgan on the KCQ Morning Show. Hi, Leanne.
Hey, you doll. That's one of the best intros I think I've ever gotten.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. We're so excited to chat with you. Your special is hilarious. You are hilarious. And
Thank you.
we want to get to know you just a little bit. Would you tell us a little bit about how you started your comedy career kind of later in life?
I was pregnant with my first baby, and I wanted to stay at home and nurse, and I wanted to make a little money, though, as a side hustle because I wanted to get my hair highlighted. And I started selling jewelry like women sell Mary Kay and Tupperware in women's homes. Women thought I was funny and started booking me about a year in advance, and the company noticed and asked me to start speaking at their big things, and, I had the courage to try and make it in comedy. I wanted to be a comedian all my life, but I just didn't know how. And anyway, I started professionally when my baby was 18 months old, and she's 25.
I love that you just didn't know how. Like, you kind of were like, oh, no, I'm absolutely funny, but how do you do that?
I know, and I didn't have any comedy clubs around, but I loved comedy. I watched comedy. My sister lived in Southern California when she got out of college, and I went, and first thing I wanted to do was go to the Comedy Store, and I went and watched Dom Herrera and Paul Mooney and all these wonderful people. I wanted to do it. I just didn't know how. I could have never, at 18, from a farming community, I could have never said, I'm going to go to L.A. and I'm going to try to make it. I just did not have that in me, so I went, but I went, and I wanted to marry and have babies and a traditional life. And, honey, somehow it worked out. It worked out.
It sure did. You must have lost your mind when your Netflix special debuts in the top 10. I mean, that's amazing.
Oh, honey, thank you. I still cannot believe it. Oh, people have been so wonderful to me about it, and they're saying we're watching it 3 and 4 times, and I'm like, what? Oh, my gosh. It's just a blessing from heaven is all this to it.
Folks are looking for something fun to watch tonight or this weekend. You've got to check out I'm Every Woman, Leanne Morgan on Netflix. Now, it's not like success is unusual to you. Your last special was so yummy, and I understand, it was called So Yummy. It is so yummy, but it's also called So Yummy. I mean, you had 50 million views to your YouTube special.
Lord. And that was just a fluke. My manager at the time said, there's this thing online, Leanne, I don't think anything's going to come from it. They're going to pay you a little bit of money. I mean, a little bit of money. And you go out there and do it, and we'll get some good clips that you can maybe get other jobs with. That's how that happened.
Yeah.
And we never expected that to blow up like it did.
50 million clips. I mean, oh, my God.
I know. Is that not crazy?
It is
and the
crazy.
number one, the thing that I think people resonated more than anything is me talking about how my middle child was mean as a snake when she was 16. That must have resonated with a lot of people. I want to tell everybody she's so sweet now.
Oh.
She grew out of that. It was just a hormonal thing, when she was scared to leave home. So
I have daughters, so I was hoping you could warn me about what is just ahead.
Oh, my gosh, you doll. How precious. All girls?
Yes, all girls.
Oh, honey, you're going to be tended to the rest of your life. Let me tell you that wonderful thing.
Oh.
The girls, honey, grow up and tend to you and take care of you and check on you and call you. But when they go through middle school and high school, it could be a rocky road. And let me just say that, fight the big battles. Don't fight the little ones. When somebody rolls their eyes at you, let it roll off your back, my darling. Don't stay in a wad because they're going to roll their eyes at you a lot.
Okay.
So if I could give you any advice now that I've been through it, just let it roll and know that they're going to come out of that. But Yeah, it's going to be, it could be a booger. I hate to tell you that, but it might be a booger.
I got to tell you, the rolling eyes thing is so right into my heart because I'm like, that's a problem. I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah, and if they make you feel like they think you're stupid, just know they can't help it. They can't help it, and they'll grow out of it. Even though my middle child drove me, she's 27 years old, drove me to Charlotte for 3 shows in Hiwassee, Georgia this past weekend. There were a couple of times where she gave me a hateful look, but I just kept my mouth shut, and we just kept riding down the road.
Oh, my gosh.
You know, all that kind of continues, but it's all wonderful. Oh, girls. And, you know, I've got a boy who's got my first grandbaby, and I know he loves me, but he does not call and check on me like these girls do.
Oh.
So, honey, you've hit the jackpot.
Miss Leanne, would you tell me a little bit about, I heard a story that there was kind of maybe a defining moment when you were selling jewelry, but maybe not yet fully a comedian, but something happened on a lady's couch, and you thought, okay, maybe I got to do this comedy thing.
Yes, okay. I was selling that jewelry, you know, and I'd go in women's homes, and they'd put out a dip and a pan of brownies, and we would eat and talk and do, and I was, you know, talking about breastfeeding and hemorrhoids instead of jewelry. And a woman named Carmen peed on somebody's couch. I'm honest to goodness, that was a God moment for me. I thought, okay, I think I've got it. Like, I've made her pee on a couch. And I saw her recently at my eye doctor, and I love her. And we held on to each other and shook. And I said, Carmen, you don't understand the impact you had on me that night you peed on that couch. And she was in tears. But it really did. I mean, you know, as a little mama in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains that had a dream to be a comedian, I mean, that was a big deal. I thought, okay, I've got it. I need to keep going, you know, and it inspired me. And I know that sounds nasty that she peed on. We cleaned it up. But, yeah, that was a defining moment. And I see Carmen all the time when I get my contacts and my eyeglasses fitted.
You made someone laugh so hard they peed on the couch.
Uh-huh. At my theater shows, women tell me all the time, oh, my gosh, I have peed. Yeah, a tinkle tinkle.
So let me shift gears here a little bit. Leanne, in some of your stand-up, you talk about your advancing age, and you were talking about a girdle and some of the weight maybe that you gained over COVID. Do you know what it means when somebody calls you a snack?
I think I do.
Yeah, because you're a snack. I think you're selling yourself a little short on stage.
Oh, you angel. Thank you. Oh, I need to hear that because my love language is words of affirmation.
Oh.
And I've always thought, you know, I'm pretty cute. And then I saw myself on that Netflix special, and I thought, oh, my Lord, when did I turn into an old woman? Whose breasts are those? I don't even know who that is. So thank you, my darling, because women in Tennessee like to be pretty, and we doll up, you know. We get a spray tan and lashes and stuff. So thank you. That means a lot to me, you angel.
Oh, well, it's absolutely true. I mean, you were joking about, well, in the 80s I was cute, and I was like, what is she talking about? That is snack-worthy right now. I mean, oh, my gosh.
Oh, thank you, my darling. I'll tell my husband you said that, even though he feels that way. He does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, man. All respect to the husband. So I understand you and I had a little something in common, that during COVID, we both sought some comfort in food. I thought this was going to be a pretty easy deal, and I ate more macaroni and cheese in a year and a half than I ever had at any other point in my life. I didn't know that was my comfort food. What was yours, and how did you deal?
Oh, my darling. Okay, I do love a good mac and cheese. I love a good mac, and I ate some of that. I ate casseroles, because I'm from the South, but I really got into Jell-O. And let me explain that, because I know that people get freaked out. It's very divisive. You don't know who's going to like Jell-O or not. But where I'm from, in the country, we make gelatin salads, and it's the kind that you take to, you know, a church supper or something, and it's got, well, there's all kinds, but let's, for instance, the Watergate. That's a lime Jell-O with a little bit of pecans, cottage cheese, Cool Whip, pineapple. And I started making that kind of stuff mainly because my little mama needed pureed food. She had gotten sick, and I was taking care of them during the COVID. And I'd sit there and eat that Jell-O with her. And I cannot believe, let me say, I cannot believe that Jell-O has not done a deal with me. It makes me so mad because I bet I sold a lot of Jell-O, honey, during the COVID. But anyway, that's what I was eating for dessert. That's more of a little dessert side dish is what I was doing. But I was eating also macaroni and cheese and chicken casserole.
Yeah. Well, and they said at first it seemed like it was just going to be a short time, so it seemed like it was going to be a little nice rest for all of us. And then,
yeah, that was a lie. Oh, Lord.
Before you know it, I was like 12 pounds in, and I'm going, oh, my God, I'm still.
Me too. Yeah. And I wanted so bad to be the kind of person to go and run and hike, and I did it a couple of times. And then I think it just, was so daunting. I just sat here and stared into space. But anyway, we made it through it. Everything's all right now, and some of this weight is coming off.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Me too. And I was exactly the same. It's like we're twins. There were days when I just went, life is desperate. It's bleak out there. Who could run and exercise in days like this? Oh, I can't deal. So.
I know, honey. I did the same thing, you angel. If it ever happens again, we will become workout partners, and we'll go to Zumba. Or we can do Zumba out my driveway.
Absolutely. That is a deal. I will be there. No questions asked.
Oh, you don't.
Leanne Morgan and her Netflix special debuted just the other day in the top 10. She is a touring comedian. She's amazing. Later this year in October, the closest date to Michigan is going to be Chicago. You're definitely going to want to make that road trip. I definitely encourage you to see her new special this weekend. It's called I'm Every Woman on Netflix. You should also Google So Yummy, her previous special. Leanne, I spent some time in the South. I lived in Nashville, and I lived in North Carolina and Texas, and and Little Rock for a little while. And I'm from here, but I have lived in those locations. So I love a Southern belle, and so charming. And I was wondering, could you explain to people here on this side of the country what it means when you say, oh, bless your heart?
Okay, well, let me tell you that. For me and my people, bless your heart means something sweet. We're really worried about people. Now, I know that some use it for evil. But, honey, not my people. We like to get in people's personal business and then make them a chicken casserole with a Jell-O salad. We really do. So that, yes, I know that is used as a weapon. But for my people in Adams, Tennessee, of 500 people that grow dark fire tobacco, we use that as a sentiment of love and caring.
Well, it's kind of nice that it's versatile. It can be used sort of for both, I guess.
Yeah, because some people use it as, it's we don't even need to spell what they mean by that. But anyway.
It was an absolute thrill to chat with you, Leanne. You are amazingly funny. You are amazingly talented. Don't forget that snack thing. And I'm just thrilled.
Thank you, my darling.
Man,
Thank you.
What a great Friday. Thank you for being on the KCQ Morning Show. We love you to death.
Thank you, my angel. Thank you for having me.